Why is it that we can sing our vocal exercises beautifully, but sometimes lose that technical consistency when we sing repertoire? One reason is that we rarely practice our vocal exercises while trying to communicate anything. Then, in repertoire, when we're suddenly asked to express joy, anger, sorrow, fear, or surprise, our vocal coordination can change in ways that we never anticipated and never practiced. Well, that is exactly what we're going to practice in this week's vocal warm-up. Hello there, wonderful singers, and welcome to your COVO vocal exercise routine of the week. My name is Dr. Julia Nielsen, and I am the founder of COVO, short for Community Vocalizing, where our mission is to advance singers' vocal health, fitness, and longevity by providing creative vocal exercise routines. This month, we're going to explore expression, an aspect of singing that doesn't always get much attention during vocal warm-ups. As singers, we spend a lot of time working on breath support, registration, resonance, vowels, all these technical skills that help us produce beautiful sound. But ultimately, none of those things is the goal. They're the means by which we communicate something to another human being. The interesting thing is that while we are expected to sing our repertoire with emotion and intention, we usually vocalize without expressing anything at all. We simply sing notes. And while that is incredibly important for a lot of good reasons, it also creates an interesting challenge when we finally step into a piece of music and try to communicate joy, anger, sadness, fear, or surprise. Those emotions can change the way that our bodies and our voices respond. Our breathing, our posture, our facial expression, vocal coordination may shift, sometimes helping us, but sometimes getting in our way. So this month, we're going to bridge that gap by focusing on maintaining healthy, consistent vocal technique while communicating various emotions and intentions. Our first exercise this week is one that has meant a great deal to me for many years. I learned it from one of my earliest musical mentors, Alden Gilchrist, and I've never forgotten it. It's set to the Italian words io t'amo, which simply mean I love you, and the melody is also very simple. So as you sing it, think of someone that you love, a partner, a parent, a child, a dear friend, anyone who immediately comes to mind. Then sing these words to that person. As you sing, notice what happens. When the emotion is genuine, let that feeling color your voice. So let's try it together. Keep singing to your chosen person. Now we're going to sing the same melody in minor. So notice what changes. Does the emotion feel different? Does your body respond differently? Does your vocal coordination stay the same, or do you notice little changes? Let's find out. next exercise explores three of our most fundamental human emotions: joy, anger, and sadness. One of the incredibly valuable things that I learned from my own voice teacher, David Jones, was that if we want to sing repertoire with technical consistency, we need to vocalize with this kind of emotional diversity. So think about it. You might be able to sing a scale beautifully in the practice room, but if you've never tried singing that scale while expressing anger, for example, you may be in for a nasty surprise. Your jaw may tighten, your breath support might become rigid. You might find yourself pushing harder than you intended. So in this exercise, we'll sing the same pattern 3 times in each key, first with joy, and then with anger, finally with sadness. So here's the pitch pattern. So let's give that a try, first with joy on the ah vowel. Here we go. Now let's sing it with anger on the E vowel. Finally, let's sing it with sadness on the OO vowel. As you sing, you don't need to try to manufacture a performance. Simply notice what each emotion does to your body, your breath, and your voice. So let's go to the next half step and sing each emotion in turn. First, joy. Anger on E. And sorrow on OO. Back to joy, ah. Anger, E. Sadness, OO. Joy with ah. Anger, E. Sadness, OO. For the last half step, I'll leave you on your own. I'll accompany joy, ah. Try anger on the E vowel. Finally, sadness on the OO vowel. What did you notice? Did any of those emotions make your voice feel freer? Did any introduce tension somewhere in your body? So being aware of those differences is the first step towards learning to sing with greater technical consistency across a wide range of emotions. So let's play the same game one more time, but now with a new pattern that adds a new challenge. This exercise includes an octave leap, a sustained high note, and then a faster descending scale. So I'm going to call out which of those I'd like you to sing, joy, anger, or sadness. You You can choose the vowel this time. You don't have to change with the different emotions. But as you sing, pay close attention. High notes have a way of revealing our vocal tendencies. So some singers find that activated emotions like overwhelming joy help them energize their breath, make the high notes feel easier. But others discover that those same emotions cause them to overblow or to push. So let's try this again. Vowel of your choice with joy. Anger. Sadness. Joy. Sadness. Anger. Sadness. Joy. As we do two more high notes, you get to choose which of these emotions made you feel activated in the best way. Your choice. I'm feeling sadness for me, but you get to decide. So I hope that this workout helped you start to become more aware of how different emotional intentions affect your body and your voice. The more consciously you can observe those responses, the better you'll be able to guide yourself towards singing with both technical consistency and expressive freedom. If you enjoyed this exercise routine, we'd love to keep singing with you. Every week we host two 30-minute live vocal workouts on Zoom, and we would love to have you join us. These sessions are absolutely free. We meet every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and instructions on how to request your free Zoom link are in the description below. If you want to make sure that you don't miss any new Kovo warm-up routines, you can subscribe to the channel or use the link below to have each new vocal exercise of the week delivered directly to your inbox. And finally, singers, remember, regular vocal exercise is crucial for your vocal health, fitness, and longevity. Every time you show up at Kovo, you're going to get a creative vocal workout, expert coaching, and a community of friends to practice with. We'll see you there.